Hello.
Hey Michal, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Yes. Hey. Hi Zoo.
Hello.
Hi Rob.
Hey Peter, hey guys, sorry for being late.
It's okay. Let me get started. Hello and welcome to the Hyperledger Cacti Maintainer meeting. Please abide by the antitrust policy notice that we're showing on the screen and also the Hyperledger Code of Conduct, which you can see linked to on the agenda document. And with that said, I just have two quick things. One is the ESM modules. I just wanted to ask one last time if anyone is aware of any reasons why we shouldn't do it. This is a pretty high impact change if you're impacted by it. So just a question of is everyone okay with that? And then we can move on to the next agenda item.
Well, I raised this issue with our internal team that uses Cacti, but did not get any definitive answer yet. Izuru, do you have any updates on that?
Yes, same situation over here, but I believe if we move to ESM modules, then they will have to, will be forced to migrate to the ESM module. So I think, in my personal opinion, I think we can move on to new module system.
No objection from me.
Okay. So everyone's happy And it's okay that the Fujitsu internal team will have to migrate. Is that what you said,
Yes.
Izu?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's great. Thank you. Second item, the DC Island action failures. I sent a PR a while back, and I think it was merged now too. So it should be passing now. I haven't actually checked if it is, but if there's any more issues, please just let me know. They're usually quick fixes. And then that's all I had for today.
Okay, I have a couple of issues to address, questions actually. First one is last week we spoke about TCS Huawei deprecation or removal note. Have you thought about this? How we want to handle this? That's the fact that they use the Socket.io API server and Go Ethereum Socket.io connector, and well, we'd like to remove them before version 2 release, but they didn't respond for I think 2 months.
Yeah, I was hoping that they would. I have some ideas, but let's just go through it again. So the reason the update that we would need to that package is that either a big refactor or just delete it for now because it's using another package that we will delete or we have deleted.
Yes, or alternatively we could mark it as not stable and leave it for removal in the future.
Does it have any of those very old vulnerable dependencies like gRPC?
No, I don't think so. I think most of them were patched by, constantly.
Gotcha. Okay, if vulnerabilities are not an issue, well, the thing is, even if the vulnerabilities are not an issue today, they will be in the future. And we definitely want to try and trim out code like that as much as possible because longer term it always comes back as a maintenance burden. Maybe the right solution is a bit of an in between where we remove the packages that we want to remove and we just update their package to not use that dependency so that the build is not failing. And so that way they have a little more time to respond and fix it up or migrate it or just choose to delete it. And then the upside of this is that we won't just unilaterally delete the package for some more time. And at the same time, we get what we want, which is that the code that we want to remove is gone and the build is not failing either. And so I would do these two things, which is when you remove that package, update also the package JSON of that other package, the Huawei package, and then the compiler is also going to complain. So then you might have to also
as for
just comment.
refactoring, this package is not to use the ones that we want to remove. It's kind of well, it's a lot of work because they strictly depend on this Go Ethereum kind of connector, and already done similar work for other example apps. So yeah, so that will take quite some time.
What if we just
But,
put
well,
a
let
TS
me
ignore?
rephrase it for now, because I'll ask another question, and maybe something will come up from this. Because another question is, what do we treat as a stable API? Do we also treat example apps as a API that you want to keep, or only packages that we kind of release?
No,
My
the
assumption will be.
examples in my mind are not stable. We can change them however we want, whenever we want.
Mhm. Because if we there are actually two packages. There's a connector one. There's a TCS Huawei connector package that depends on Socket.io API server, and this one is in packages, so we can treat it as a stable API, etc. But the other one is a sample app they provided and they contributed that uses TCS Huawei and our Go Ethereum connector that we want to remove. So maybe we could first remove the sample app, or consider removing sample app. That way we can remove the Go Ethereum package. And I think removing a sample app is not as big an issue as removing something from packages. So this could be our first step. And as for the connector, we could wait for additional feedback, because I think last week we spoke. You mentioned that if there is like no response for like 3 or 4 months from the contributor, then we could treat it as a dead code.
Yeah, that also works to me.
Okay,
Let's keep
I'll leave
them.
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
there's no rush with this, because we can remove packages in one day or something, so we can leave it for the very end. And we can wait for them to respond.
Yeah. Yeah, the way it's going now, the 2.0 release, the earliest it will happen is probably January.
Mm-hmm.
So we can wait until then and then have it ready to go. And then we just make sure that we do it right before the release. And the other thing that I'll ask, if you can ping them again.
Yeah, I think I will send him an email, because right now I saw that he has email added on his GitHub account, the contributor, so maybe it will be easier that way. So I'll try to reach him again.
Thank you. Yeah, that's great. I think that's the move.
Okay. Yeah, and another question also regarding the stable API. When we have a package, do we treat its public methods as a public API that must be stable as well, or do we treat only Open API specification as a public API?
I would say both, because the compilation should not break if we did not upgrade major versions.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone in their project is depending on Cacti Common or Core or something, if they upgrade from 1.2 to 1.3, they have the expectation that their code will still compile as is.
Okay, that will be my expectation as well. I just wanted to confirm. Okay. Okay, and the last question is, I think a couple weeks ago, I started a discussion on GitHub. There's this page discussions in general, and there's a post from me, connector inheritance. I'm not sure if you got a chance to see it.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I haven't.
No, I haven't pinged yours on or whatever, so it was just a long-term kind of idea. But if you could look into that, I can share the link on Discord as well. So if you could look into that and give your comments, that would be great.
Yeah, I will. I'm sorry for not responding or not checking it. There's been too many emails and stuff, but this
Yeah,
is
sure,
important.
no problem. I think I'll post some
Mikhail,
other.
can you just sorry, I have been out of the loop for a while. Can you just send me the link to that? You can just message on chat. Thanks.
Okay, I've sent the link to the discussion I mentioned.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's in general there was this idea that we wanted to support other Ethereum-like ledgers, but we don't want to copy paste a couple thousand lines of code and you know, just made minor changes or add one method or two. And there's this idea to introduce some sort of connector inheritance, so we could use base Ethereum connector for standard RPC calls and have some other functionalities added to it. So this is just just a rough idea, nothing specific yet.
Yeah, there's something also related to this I wanted to maybe discuss at length. Sorry, I just got back to work yesterday, so I'm still catching up on my backlog. But I would like to have a longer discussion on this with you guys maybe very early next year. There are the Cactus connectors and the Weaver drivers are basically meant to do the same thing. So there's already a lot of reinvented wheels in the code base. So we should, I think, maybe as the first integration task, we should work on that, eliminating all the redundant ones and making sure that all the end-to-end examples work with just one common set of connectors. And I'm happy to help move the drivers or eliminate the drivers from the Weaver folder into the cacti/packages folder. So we should have the discussion early next year, just as a just mentioning that as a checkpoint.
Great. I also have some other improvement ideas. So yeah, I'll just keep them posting on the discussion on GitHub or in issues, so we have some log for making these decisions. Thanks. Oh, that's all from me. All the questions.
Great. Questions are good. Do we have anything else from anybody?
Nothing from me.
Nothing from me.
All right. And thanks everyone for joining, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.